What's up, Pride Nation? Back at you with another video. On today, we're going to cover the Detroit Lions, and we're just going to go a little bit more in depth on the Lions because the season is getting ready to start. I believe next Friday, the Lions will be playing their first preseason game against the Atlanta Falcons. But before that happens, we're just going to talk about the direction of the team. We're going to talk about, are the Lions a dark horse team in this 2022 NFL season? And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys, the biggest question out there for the Lions that remains is this team a dark horse team, or is this team really, truly headed in the right direction? I know, you get a lot of videos that the future is bright in Detroit and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it can be all talk. It can be all speculation talk. But at the end of the day, the Lions got to go out there and they got to prove to the fan base that they're really changing things. It's great to hear the speeches. It's great to see what the Lions are doing in camp and all those different things. But I've been around this team for a long time, and I pretty much know that the Lions are going to have to go out there and prove it by winning on Sundays. If the Lions can start winning some football games on Sundays, then you can truly say that this culture is changing. Yes, the atmosphere of the culture is changing. You can see that people are buying into what Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes is selling, which is a great thing because you want to be able to follow what your coach and your GM is trying to, the blueprint that they're trying to put out there. But at the same time, this is the Detroit Lions, and they need to find a way to start winning football games on Sunday. And once they start doing that, and they win more games than what expected of them, definitely I think that this team future is bright. They're probably missing a couple pieces to the puzzle, but I think that by 2023, this team should definitely, if they don't make the playoffs this season, which I'm not really thinking that they probably will make the playoffs, but if they don't make it this season, I definitely expect for the Lions to be a postseason team in 2023. Now, are the Lions a dark horse team? That depends on what type of Lions team you're getting this year. If the Lions are playing as hard as they played last year, then you never know. And then some of the wins start bouncing on their side, because a lot of those games that the Lions played last year, they lost a lot of those games in the fourth quarter. And that's one thing that I know that they have to be able to fix those issues, learning how to close out football games in the fourth quarter. I believe ultimately if the Lions learn how to start winning these games in the fourth quarter, then you can truly say that this team is headed in the right direction, and they definitely could be a dark horse team. They could be a team that could scare a lot of people because the talent is on the team. There's no doubt about it. Jared Goff is a solid quarterback, and I won't take none of that away from him. I know he's a former #1 pick overall, but we just need him to play at an all-time high level to get this Lions team where they need to be. Now, do you, as a fan, believe that the culture is changing? If you believe this as a fan, that the culture is changing, then we're still headed on something really special and something great, because you have to believe in your football team. Every team that goes out into the season, everybody is 0-0 until you start playing football games. And then you really get to truly make an assessment of the team, and you get to know where the team is truly going. Now, does preseason mean anything? Not really. Preseason, you want the team to look good. You want the team to perform better. But it really doesn't mean anything. You can go 5-0 in the preseason, and then you can head into the season and it'd be a total disaster. You don't want that from the Lions anymore. You want the Lions to be a team that learns how to learn from their mistakes, things that they have done in the past, that they can start winning some of these games and ultimately start beating some teams that you don't even think that they'll be able to beat. That's what I see. But I do see the culture changing. I do see that the players are buying into what Coach Dan Campbell is selling right now, and that is a great thing. I definitely think if Dan Campbell starts to win in Detroit, then definitely, man, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be that game-changing coach for this culture, because they've been needing that. The Lions have gone through so many different coaches and you really haven't found that coach yet to really take these guys over the edge or take them to the next level. And I'm rooting for him, man. I'm rooting for Dan Campbell to turn this team around and turn things around in Detroit. I just don't want it to be all talk. I want it to be with their play on the field on Sundays. And I know you as a fan want to believe in that as well. You know, when you're putting a product out there on the field, you want to get the best out of that product. And let's face it, the Lions are a product that you see on Sundays, and sometimes you don't always get the return on your investment like you think you should with the Detroit Lions. So definitely, if the Lions start winning football games, I think that the culture is going to truly start changing. You're going to see guys high-fiving each other. You're going to see guys smiling. You're going to see just the atmosphere just really being a great atmosphere to work in. And then what does Jared Goff have to do for the Lions to be successful? I think that Jared Goff is going to have to play at an all-time high level. Now, granted, he doesn't have Jameson Williams yet. It looks like Williams may not come back until week 7 of the NFL season, which is cool because you want him to be able to make sure that he's ready to perform and he's ready to get out there. Or it could be before that. You just never know. You know, you just never know when he's going to be ready. But I think when he has all of his weapons, then his team can be dangerous. Pretty much, Amon-Ra St. Brown is coming of age. And then you got DJ Shark, who is going to be a great addition to this team. And then when Williams comes, you're going to have a guy that can take the top off of defense. And this team can be definitely scary. You don't know what DeAndre Swift is going to look like this season. You know, he's been working out, getting his body in tip-top shape. And the biggest thing with Swift is being able to stay healthy through a whole entire season, you know, and really finding out what type of player Swift is going to be. Is Swift a guy that can handle a heavy workload? I don't look at him as a bell cow type of running back, but I see him as a guy that can probably get more touches than what he's been getting. I think that the Lions definitely need to focus on making him a focal point of the offense. And what I mean by that is, you know, making sure that this kid is getting more touches than he would regularly get. You know, I know that he's splitting time with Jamal Williams, and he may split some time with Craig Reynolds as well. But at the same time, you want to make sure that DeAndre Swift can be the most explosive running back on this team because he has the talent to do it. He has the talent. He has an elite pass catching ability out of the backfield. But the biggest thing now is that you don't just get a running back to just catch passes out of the backfield. You want a running back that can run the football too as well. And that's something that Detroit definitely wants to get better in, being able to run that football. Being able to run the football is going to be key for the Lions in 2022. They got to be able to run the football. And if they're able to do those things, then I think that sky's is the limit for this team. And I definitely think that it's going to make this offense more and more explosive. It's going to make the play action more explosive because I know that Jared Goff is definitely a solid play action quarterback that can get the job done. Is he capable of putting up great numbers? Yes, Jared Goff is capable of doing that. And I believe if he has a great season, the Lions are going to stick with him long term. I do believe that. I know how the Lions franchise work. If Jared Goff goes out there and ball and has a great season, the Lions will reward him with a contract extension. So you got to prepare for that as well. Even though if they do give him a contract extension, they still need to draft a quarterback because the two quarterbacks that we have on this team is subpar quarterbacks. They're suspect at best. Tim Boyle and David Blah are just not really good backup quarterbacks. They're okay. Tim Boyle has not really looked good in training camp thus far, overthrowing guys and things of that nature. And he just, let's just face it, he probably shouldn't have been re-signed to this team. But the Lions brought these guys back in instead of just going out and getting some veteran quarterbacks that could back up Jared Goff. But we'll see what the Lions do as far as with the quarterback position after the season is over. Will they get a backup quarterback to come in? Because I think that there's some guys out there that you could possibly go and get to be able to back up Jared Goff if things go south with Jared Goff as far as injuries or anything like that. But also, Do the Lions really have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL? That's going to be put to the test. I know a lot of people have pretty much said that the Lions have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. The PFF has said the same thing, but now it's going to be really putting away the talk and really seeing if these guys have what it takes to bolster one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. It's cool for everybody to make the assumption and say that this offensive line is probably top 10 or whatever it may be, top 5 offensive line. But they're going to have to prove it on Sundays. You're going to have to prove it on Sundays. If this line is protecting Jared Goff and this line is creating holes for the running backs, then you can truly say that you have a great offensive line. I know that we got the pieces on the line, and the line is pretty much a decent line. You got Decker, you got Big V, you have Jonah Jackson, you have Penei Sewell, you got Big Frank, the Tank, Regnow. So you got all of these guys on the line to try to help this team get better, being able to be creative out of that offense. But I want to see truly if this line is a top 10 offensive line. And they got to prove it with their play. It's not just people talking about it and saying that they're good. I want to see it with my own eyes that these guys are legit. So I definitely think the Lions are headed in the right direction. I think they have what it takes to ultimately win more football games this season. But it's also a wait and see approach to see if they're really going to do it. Will the Lions really change the culture by winning football games? That's what's going to be key. The play of Jared Goff is going to be key. You need Jared Goff to play at an all-time high level with this Detroit Lions team. And then another question that you have to ask yourself, can they really win the NFC North title? The Lions, since the NFC North was created, I know it used to be the NFC Central, I believe. But since they created the North, the Lions has never won the division title. And I know a lot of people are getting shot with that hopium and thinking that the Lions will be able to win the divisional title. But a lot of things must happen for them in order for them to win the title. First off, they got to play some excellent football. And then they got to be able to beat the Packers. You got to be able to beat teams like the Vikings and as well as the Bears. I know pretty much people have already said that, we're going to crush the Bears and things of that nature, but they haven't played yet. So we'll find out if the Lions really hold true to being a team that can win this division, because they've never won it. They've never won a division. Every other team in the NFC North has won a division besides the Detroit Lions. And it's a shame on the franchise that they have not been able to win. They had opportunities to win the North title, but it always came down to the Packers winning towards the end of the season, or the Packers winning the game against the Lions. There's been a couple times where the Lions could have won the divisional title, but they just didn't have what it takes to get it done. But this season, I really want to see a Lions team that is competitive. I want to see a Lions team that doesn't have they're not giving up on the field. I want to see a Lions team that is hungry and ready to win in Detroit. Because if this team starts winning, you best believe, man, it's going to scare a lot of other teams, because the Lions, when you see them on the schedule, you're going to be afraid to play this team. And that's what you want. You want the Lions to make every other team afraid of them, because the Lions are coming with that real deal. So I can't wait to see everybody get healthy. I can't wait to see this team be competitive this season. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I think in 2023 is when the Lions will probably be ready for the playoffs. Now, if they make it this season, that's going to be the icing on the cake. And that's going to be a bonus to what Dan Campbell has been able to do with the Detroit Lions. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.